Well, I'm here with Martin outside the Metropolitan Correctional Center, and Martin just told me off camera that he actually spent several months doing some time at the MCC. Martin, first of all, can you please tell me, what was it like on the inside?
It was rough, it's nothing, to be joyous about, but, you got to do what you got to do when you get caught up in certain situations that land you in places like this,
Tell me, I've read of allegations that there's infestations of cockroaches, rodents, and also that some of the prison guards can be a little on the violent side. Did you experience any of that?
Myself, no, not really, but what I can say to that is basically, to each his own, because depending on your behavior is how you get treated. That's, what I saw, honestly. And I really didn't see too much abuse or anything like that as far as staff goes. They respond to what they front on a daily basis, and that's not always peaches and creams.
And I take it you were probably a good prisoner because you want to get outside again.
I wouldn't say that, but, I handle myself the way I was supposed to when the time arose. But I never had a beef as far as staff went, Now,
Martin, certainly there are so many questions swirling around the death of Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of people just can't seem to, come to grips with the fact that somebody who was in a special cell and who at one point was on suicide watch somehow managed to commit suicide, as the narrative goes. Can you give me your take on what might have happened?
If he wanted to do it, he knew at what time was the best time to do it and how to do it. So you can't put it all on staff shoulders, because all he had to do was watch when they came around to do their rounds, and it's not only him they're watching. Remember, you got a whole unit they're watching, and it's like 16 prisoners on each tier, 8 tiers. So by the time they come check me in one tier, they got to go upstairs, downstairs. By the time they get over here, I could have been over here hanging myself, and they would not know no better till the next time they came around and do their rounds. So it's not surprising.
And Martin, that would be the question too. How does one hang themselves in prison? Aren't things like, your belt, your shoelaces taken away? How do you actually carry out the act?
Like the saying goes, man, there's a will, there's a way. You got towels you can easily rip up. You got bed sheets you can easily rip up. They give you blankets, because even if it's summer here, the AC is blowing full blast, and then it does get cold, especially in the nighttime. So it would be fairly easy for someone that really, really wanted to do it. Like in his case, facing what he was facing, never really wanted to go anywhere further than from here, because it wasn't going to be any easier for him, any prison he went to, facing the charges he faced. So I don't see it, as something out of this world.
Indeed, from what you've told me, Martin, it's certainly, at least as far as you're concerned, not beyond the realm of reasonable belief that, like you said, if there's a will, there's a way. Somebody could indeed kill themselves, even in that kind of security that Mr. Epstein was in.
Yep, exactly right.
And something else you said, staff has to look upon other inmates. There's evidently this facility was designed for 474 prisoners. There's something like almost 800 now. Would you say that staff are, overworked in terms of taking care of the prisoners in here?
Yeah, I would say so. People would think that, they're just, correction officers, and they got to just lock people in the cell, and, the rest of the day is, relax, and it's not, because you got a lot of different attitudes, a lot of people facing long extensive time, and people lash out in different ways, so they always got to be on their toes, so you can't, you like I said, you can't put the brunt of the weight on their shoulders, because they're only human.
And indeed, like you said, the accusations against Mr. Epstein were so severe that, maybe he saw this as the only way out. Well, Martin, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for bringing insight to this story. I really appreciate it. Hey folks, if you like that video, please press like and subscribe and never miss another Rebel video.